What's up? What's up? What's up? Black America. I got a question. Appreciate it. I got a question. Summertime, getting close to summertime. They're publicizing the killings that are happening, especially like police killings. They're publicizing them now. But we know black people are steadily being killed by police officers and other white supremacists. So my question is always for us, because no matter what somebody else is doing, we got to do for self, right? So this year, 2018, because everybody keep talking about, this is the year to come up and do something different or whatever. So are we going to actually do something different this year? Or will complaining be our only defense mechanism once again? Because we seem to act as if complaining and getting mad is the only thing we can do. What about organizing? What about organizing? Oh, I thought that dude was peeing on the side of the building, my bad. But what about organizing? One of the best things Black America can do for ourselves is to actually become organized. I'm not even asking black people across the nation to become organized just yet, even though that is the goal. But within your own city, within your own communities, become organized. You have more. You're able to better protect yourself. We're able to better protect ourselves when we're organized. As a unit, we're able to better protect ourselves. We're able to better get what we need if we organize, versus continuously coming at this from an individualistic standpoint and then complaining when things don't work out our way. And like at some point, we got to do something different. I don't know about y'all, but I want us to stay alive. I want us to be alive to thrive. And we're not going to be here to be alive to thrive if we keep continuously just getting mad and complaining when something happens to us. I mean, organization is very, 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 very powerful. And remember, that divide and conquer mindset that they've already implanted in us, we got to overthrow that. That's why we keep coming up talking about organization and working together as a black community to reprogram ourselves so we won't go around thinking the same thing and keep continuously doing the same things over and over and over and over and over, just getting mad because, well, another black person has been unjustly and unrightfully and unlawfully killed by a white person, most likely probably a member of somebody who subscribes to white supremacy, right? I mean, I'm going to treat a lion like a lion. I'm going to treat a snake like a snake. I'm not going to treat a lion like it's a bunny or a little puppy or something. I'm not going to expect savages to be human. And so if I know I'm dealing with savages, I'm going to deal with a savage like they savages. I'm not going to try to find the best in them. No. First of all, I ain't trying to be around you. And if you come around me, I'm ready for you. We're prepared. And whatever being prepared means to you, you got to be prepared. But what we can't do is continuously sitting around with this fake we are the world thing, and you see we're being killed. And when we are killed, the groups of other people who are always expecting us to come to their aid are never there to aid us. I'm not talking about individuals, because we know that there are individuals who represent other racial and ethnic groups who actually are human beings and have hearts. We know they're individuals. Now, we don't know what percentage these individuals make up of these other groups, but we do understand that they're individuals. But as a whole, in large numbers, these groups don't care about us. Dr. John Henry Clark already told us a long time ago that they don't care about us. And we the ones seem to not believe what even our own scholars tell us from research, years of research. We're still going off this dream thing, this fake American thing that's out there. Like Dr. King already told you that his dream was a nightmare. Dr. King told you that. It's video and audio of that. He already told you that his dream, the little bit of that speech that he had, that dream was eventually something that became a nightmare. He said that he is aware of leading his people into a burning house. We still have these mindsets. Whenever something like this happens, somebody go, well, what did Dr. King think? Hey man, look, I'm gonna be real, no disrespect to Dr. King, but Dr. King don't have monopoly on our feelings, thoughts, and opinions about what happened to us, right? No disrespect to him. I'm not bringing him in this, but when the white supremacists bring his name up, we got to start shutting them down. Because that is a mindset that man had at one time. But guess what? His mind changed. He learned more and things changed. His mindset changed. When will our mindset change? When will we stop thinking that, hey, well, the best is yet to come. Just keep praying and things will become better. Prayer ain't kept us alive yet. Just trying to be nice hasn't kept us alive yet. But we keep doing the same thing over and over. We keep coming with this docile mentality of if we just show people love, then they'll love us back. That's stupid. It ain't worked. It's been 400-500 years and it ain't worked yet. I know we not ESC. We act that mindset is acting like we ESC. I know we ain't here, man. We're the most brilliant folk ever. So it's time for us to stop acting like we slow. It's time for us to stop acting like we really don't know what's going on. Now I give it to you. There's some people who are clearly there are probably more black people than I want to acknowledge that have no idea what's going on when we're talking about the system of white supremacy and racism. Some of them just refuse to learn. Some of them they probably learned and just don't want to believe it. But you only got to hit me in my face one time for me to stop, for me to know that when I come around you, I need to put my guard up. You only got to hit me in my face one time. But the same people that we talk to within our community, if another person within our community does something dissatisfying to them, they will cut people off. You see it, man, y'all be on social media. Y'all be on social. Think about how many black folk y'all hear about cutting people off. We can cut each other off, but we can't cut off white supremacy. How backwards is that? We can recognize that, hey, if somebody who's within my immediate area does something undesirable to me, I'm not going to mess with them no more. But if white supremacists keep killing us and keep, just keep us oppressed, hey, we're gonna love our enemies. I'm straight on that strategy. It ain't worked yet. Loving thy enemies. That you won't even, man, come on, man. Come on. We got to be smarter than that. That's not me saying go grab guns and go try to bomb somebody. That ain't what I'm saying. But what I am saying is I ain't gonna give you 2 chances to bust me in my face. If you have a 400-year history of treating me and my people bad, you get no more chances. It's just that simple. You get no more chances to treat me bad. You have a 400-year history of straight bull against me and my people. And I'm supposed to find a silver lining in that? Only a fool would do that. Only a fool would look for the silver lining in the enemies. And enemies who continue to attack us. Who can, like these white supremacists get on these national stages and talk about how they want to eliminate or downgrade the population size. Man, we know they're talking about us. We know they want to take us out. They're talking about there's too many people in the world. We know first thing they talk about is COVID. We need to kill more black folk. We know that. If you don't know it, you just learn. That's when they're talking about the Earth's population and decreasing population. They're talking about killing black folk. They're gonna start with us, right? When the world is sick, black people throughout the world, we have flu. We have a horrible case of the flu. But we need to stop. We need to stop with this routine stuff that we do every year. Just get mad and complain. The rallies and the marches, they have their place, but that can't be our only strategy. What about organization? At what point do we organize? As adults, and I'm talking to the adults, like we're adults, and adults seem like they don't understand the impact of organization, of working together. But we'll find every excuse to not work together, but still be mad that we're getting taken out. Hell, because we keep operating as individuals. What you mean? We keep operating as individuals. We can't protect ourselves. We could better protect ourselves working as an organized group of people. When are we going to get that? When are we going to wake up to that realization that we got to do more for ourselves? We cannot just put it on them to just stop being racist white folk. They haven't done that yet. They're not going to do that. They're not going to give up power and control because we're complaining. That's not how you get the oppressor from oppressing you. You got to take your power back. You got to take your power back. But we'll be in a better position to take our power back if we work together as a group. Be organized in what we're doing. We can better take our power back. But until then, I mean, hey man, you can go to social media all you want. And I'm not talking about everybody who is posting things on social media, because there are a lot of people who are posting things on social media who are venting, but at the same time, they're in the community, they're in their specific communities, or even in just the black community period, doing things. So shout out to those people who are doing things. I'm not saying don't be vocal. Be vocal. Add them out. We should know what's going on, but it should not just stay at us just vocalizing what's wrong with us. At some point, you got to take action. And until we decide to take action, man, we're going to be right here complaining about what's going on with us. I'm tired of seeing my people dying. I'm tired of seeing my people oppressed. And I'm tired of seeing my people not doing anything about it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna be in these streets doing my best to organize and make things better. And if you down, come holler at me. And if I ain't the person that you want to work with or organize with, I might not even be the person you need to be with. But get with the folk in your community and do something different rather than just being mad. And when it comes to the rallies and marches, I'm not a huge fan of those, because we seem to act like that's one of the only tools in our toolbox. They have a place, but that can't be the only thing that we turn to when we're angry. They are designed to bring attention. Social media is too. So how about the next time a whole bunch of people get together, especially black folk get together at these rallies and marches, let's organize from there. First of all, let's go to the rallies and marches organized. Don't just show up out the blue. Hey, we're just gonna scream and show up organized. Whatever the city, town, whatever you in, show up organized. Let's try being organized from start to finish. Let's try that. And if the strategies that you've been using ain't working, damn it, use something else. Stop acting like one person's philosophy is king. Stop acting like that. Because if we don't do anything different now, if we don't organize now, take real action now, 50 years from now, we're going to be able to find all of these videos like this one I'm doing and look back and shake our head like, damn, we ain't make no progress. Because all we did was talk, got mad, and talked about being mad. We ain't do nothing real. Let's do something real. I believe in you. I believe in us. I know we can. I know we can. They know we can. That's why they keep the bullshit propaganda. Oh, and another thing too, black media outlets are very, 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 very important. Black media outlets are very important. Black vehicles to get our voices and our ideas and things out are very important. positive propaganda don't just have to come from a movie. Positive propaganda can be something that we indulge in every day on a regular basis if we create and support our black media outlets. So I just want to drop that on y'all. You don't have to rock with me. Hey, it don't even matter. I said it. Yeah, I said it, and it is what it is. But all I know is I care too much about myself, my people, to just sit around and wait on somebody to stop being evil. Damn it, we got to organize and do something different on our own. So I'll holler at y'all, man. I love y'all. Wukusu, I'm out.